Hey guys, today I will scatter balance question 5 of the Southwest Regional Mock 2K20 ICT paper 2. Click on the link below if you don't have this question paper to download this question paper and some others that are in my Google Drive. Is the star, Policity, the IT guy. Okay. Question 5, Romans 1A, with respect to network technology. What is the meaning of a standalone computer? A standalone PC can be a desktop or laptop computer that is used on its own without requiring connection to another computer, server, local area network, or a wide area network. When we talk of this standalone computer, it's just a computer that is standing alone. Stop. Standing alone means that it's not connected to any other computer, because when it's connected to any other computer, it will start to share resources with the other computer. At that point, it is not standing alone. So it's a computer that is on its own. Like your PC at home, your laptop, your desktop, not connected to any other device. You're just using it by yourself, not communicating with any other device. As it starts communicating with another device in the network, it is not still a standalone computer. Whereas a client computer, like in fact they say client, when a client, you can go to the market or to a store to buy. And where you buy, a store or a market is called a server, because you are requesting for something, which therefore means that a client computer is a computer which is connected to another computer, which is a server. And that server is used to supply you with your information. So at your point being a client, you are requesting for information, then the server is supplying information to you. Here, a client computer is a piece of computer request for information from the server in the computer network. So these are all clients. This one, these, and these. They are clients requesting information from this central computer here called the server. Even if two computers are connected together, one will be the client and one will be the server. When you are requesting for information, you are the client, and when the other person is sending information, is a server. B, explain with examples the difference between network protocol and network topology. Good. Network protocols are a set of rules governing the exchange of information in an easy, reliable, and secure way. A network, with the layman way of understanding this, it's like right now I'm communicating with you guys. There's a protocol, or there are protocols that have been put in place for us to better communicate. Like, for example, I am using English or Franc-Anglais to communicate with you guys, and you guys are understanding what I'm saying. That is a protocol. I'm using the internet, and I'm using a laptop by your end also to get me. You're going to use an internet connection, you're going to use a phone, or you're going to use a laptop to get what I'm communicating to you. So all those things put in place for an easy, reliable, and secure way for our communication. These things are called protocol. So here, we have here at the physical layer, this on this example, at the application layer, at the application layer, we have the HTTP protocol that will communicate at the application layer. At the transport layer, we have the TCP transmission control protocol, which deals here with port numbers. At this, the network layer, we're going to deal with IP addresses, the IP address of this computer, with the IP address of the other computer. At the Ethernet level, we're going to deal with the MAC addresses of the computer, that is the addresses that are burnt into the computer. Then at the physical layer, we're going to deal with the media, that is the wires that are connecting the two computers. Those are the protocols. Whereas in a network topology, is a way a network is arranged, including the physical or logical description of how links and nodes, in bracket end devices, are set up to relate to each other. Yeah, network topology simply describes the visual representation of a computer. That's what you can see, how the computers are connected to each other, how the cables are linking each other, where the computers are placed in network. Like you have here the bus topology, the ring topology, you see the way they are placed in different shapes and order, the star topology, the extended star topology, and the mesh topology. The next question, briefly explain the main use of each of the following network devices. Let's start with the router. A router is a physical appliance that passes information between two or more networks by, first point, analyzing a given data packet, destination IP address. Very important. When a router, as is set up here, is used to connect two or more networks, here is a source and you have a destination. This can still be another computer here and computer. All these computers here, there are networks here. This one is a network. You have routers in between. Like right now, when you, for example, you take your computer and you type www.google.com, you have to communicate with a Google server. Before you reach that Google server, I don't know where it's from, maybe it's in America, in China, or whatsoever, or wheresoever. You have so many routers that you pass through before reaching that precise destination. Like the modem you're using in your house is the first router that will take you out of your network and send you to another network. So here we have so many routers. This one here, for this source, this is a router that you will first pass through. It's called a gateway. For this one, the other computer here is gateway, another router. This other destination one, yes, is gateway, and this other computer here, this is on gateway. So analyze the given packet based on the IP address. It will study the IP address of the source and the destination, and it sends the packet. Calculate the best way, the best or optimal way for it to reach the destination and forward the packet accordingly. If in this case, I want to leave from this source to this destination, normally the shortest way is through this router, and this router to reach here. Because you want to go from here to here, here, and here, for a reach here, you pass through so many routers. But with a router, you use what we call the best or optimal way. If, for example, this route here, this straight route here, like this, is congested, that is, you have a very high traffic jam here, like cars on the road is congested, high traffic, it will not pass through this one. It will look for an optimal way, that is the route that is less congested with so many data. You pass through that way and it will send your packet. A router is a common type of gateway, yes, that is positioned where two or more networks meet. A gateway is just the router that takes you out of your network. The main router that takes you out of a network is what we call the gateway. A bridge, yeah, a bridge. A bridge is a device that connects two networks so that they can act as if they are one network. Is from the word bridge, even when you look at a bridge in our own layman way of understanding, you can take like a plank to separate two areas of the same nature. Make sure you understand the same nature. If we have an opening, maybe you have a landslide or whatsoever, and there's a gap between the two paths. Path A and path B must be of the same nature, so they have to be ground, or tar, not land, water. That one is not a bridge, that is a gateway. So with a bridge, the two ends must be of the same nature. Like this, you see here, this is a bridge, this is a network with a hub here, this is another network with a hub here. You can put a bridge now to connect these two networks together. It's very important for you to understand that. A repeater. A repeater is a device used to regenerate or reconstruct analog or digital signals back to their original quality. Look at this signal, transmitted signal. This signal is in digital form. It is well formed. At a certain level, it is deformed. Received signal distorted by capacitance and inductance of copper cable. So when you use a repeater here, it will simply reconstruct this distorted signal back to its original form. It's different from an amplifier, which deals with the loss of energy. It amplifies, it rebuilds, it amplifies the signal when the signal has undergone a loss of energy. Okay, talking about the modem. Modulator converts information from digital mode to analog mode at the transmitting end, and the demodulation converts the same from analog to digital at the receiving end. What is a modem? A modem is simply a device that acts in the network at two levels, levels. One at the level of the sender, and one at the level of the receiver. And when we talk of modem, we have there two syllables. You have MO, which stands for modulation, and we have the NDEM, which stands for demodulation. Okay, at this point, this computer here wants to communicate with this other computer. The source computer wants to communicate with the destination computer. And we have to know that computers communicate in digital mode, that is with zeros and one. But the cable that is connecting these two computers function but in the analog mode, that it understands only analog signals. So when your signal leaves from a digital computer into an analog computer, into an analog cable, there is confusion, misunderstanding. You have chakra the head of the wire, that cable, that telephone cable, not understand anything again. So what you have to do is you take a modem, you place at the end of the transmitting device that will convert this digital signal into analog signal to be transmitted via the cable. And this, at this point here, is called modulation. At this point here, it's called modulation, where the digital signal are converted to analog signals. So these analog signals now will move through the cable. When they reach at the destination now, another modem will be placed there for them demodulation. That is the part of it. Demodulation, which will now convert the analog signals into the digital signal that will be understood by the destination or the receiving computer. That's the meaning of modulation and demodulation. Romans 3. By the use of diagrams, briefly demonstrate the following modes of data transmission. Yeah, we have to explain a simplex, full duplex, and half duplex. Let me just take it to my PowerPoint and handle this. Okay. Yeah, let's start with the simplex. When we talk of simplex, is unidirectional. That's the first thing I have to put in there. Unidirectional means that it only occurs in one direction. One direction. There is no means that the receiver will respond back to you. So at one end of the communication, there is a transmitter, and at another end, there should be a receiver. For example, look at this TV broadcast station. When you're watching television or you're listening to news on your radio in your house, can you answer them? You are just there to just listen, observe, watch. You have nothing to contribute. You can be making noise in your house, but you're making a noise in your house. You alone there, all your children. You have nothing to tell them there that are broadcasting. You are just opening your eyes and you're watching. And this is my paddy man here. He's just opening his eyes and he's watching his television. He's just receiving the signal sent from the broadcasting stature. That's what we call simplex. In communication networks, communication can take place in one direction. Data flows in a single direction that is unidirectional. Connected to such a circuit, either a send only or receive only device. Is a send only device here, is a receive only device here. There are no mechanisms for information to be transmitted back to the sender. You cannot reply. Serial broadcasting, an example, doorbells. Yeah, when you ring your bell, ring, and you get it. When you ring it from outside and you get it from inside, you cannot ring inside for the person to get it outside. It's impossible. But there are other forms of bells that doorbell that you can use another form to communicate to ask the person, who are you? That we're not talking about this. We're talking about the mechanism that when you ring, it passes and you get it in your house. Fire alarm, the same thing, and security systems too. Okay, for the full duplex, we talk of full, it means that you can transmit and receive at the same time, which means it is bi-directional. Like your phones, the Android phones you use today, when you are communicating with somebody, the person can still be talking while you are talking at the same time. So when you are talking at that time, you are transmitting, and the person is talking at that same time, you are receiving what the person is saying, transmitting. So with this mode of communication, it's a simultaneous process in both directions at the same time. Both connected devices can transmit and receive at the same time simultaneously. Therefore, represent a bidirectional system. The link contains two separate transmission paths, one for sending and another for receiving. Then, for the half duplex means that it is half of that full. Half of the full duplex we explained above here. So half of this simply means that when I am communicating, you shut up your mouth, you listen. Then when you are communicating, I close my mouth and I listen. Look at these two very kaki here. These two ketu. This is a ketu woman and this is a ketu man. This is what we call a walkie-talkie. This is a walkie-talkie for the ketu lady and the walkie-talkie for the male. So when this ketu here, then this woman here is transmitting, this other ketu here can only receive. He cannot transmit at the same time. That's why this one is blocked here. Vice versa, when this other ketu, the male, is using this walkie-talkie to transmit, the female ketu policewoman cannot transmit. She will be receiving only. That's the meaning of half duplex. A half duplex system can transmit data in both directions, very important, but only in one direction at a time. Half duplex mode support two-way traffic, but only in one direction at a time. For example, we have the walkie-talkies. So thank you guys for watching, and remember to click on like and subscribe on this channel for further videos. Have a nice day.